Math Curse by Scieszka and Lane Smith by Tessa Patterson. On Monday, my math teacher tells me you can think of almost everything as a math problem. On Tuesday, I start having problems. I wake up at 7:15, I have to get dressed, eat breakfast, and brush my teeth. If my bus leaves at 8, will I have enough time? I go to my closet to get dressed. I have one shirt that's white. I have 3 blue shirts, 3 striped shirts, and that one ugly plaid shirt my uncle gave me. How many shirts do I have altogether? How many shirts would I have if I threw away that ugly plaid shirt? I'm getting worried. Everything is looking like a problem. I take the milk out for my cereal and I begin to wonder. How many quarts are in a gallon? How many pints are in a quart? How many inches are in a foot? How many feet are in a yard? How many yards are in my neighborhood? I'm so distracted, I don't even take out the cereal. My math teacher has put a math curse on me. Everything I think about or look at becomes a math problem. I try to get on the bus without thinking about anything. But then I notice there's 5 kids on the bus. 5 more just got on. 5 are going to get on the next stop, and then 5 after that. Then I wonder, what is the bus driver's name? I begin to think about my math teacher and how she has a chart with everybody's birthday on it. I think, which month has the most birthdays? Which month has the least? Why doesn't February have a W? The whole morning is one problem after another. There are 24 kids in my class. I notice that we sit in 4 rows with 6 desks in each row. What would happen if my teacher rearranged the desks to make 6 rows, or 8 rows, or 3, or 2? I count the 24 kids in my class again, this time by 2s. I notice Jake scratches his paper with 1 finger. Then I wonder how many fingers are in our class. I see Casey pull Eric's ear. Then I think, how many ears are in our class? Last, Kelly, the new girl, sticks her tongue out at me. Then I can't help to think, how many tongues are in our class? I'm about to really lose it when the lunch bell rings. Unfortunately, lunch is pizza and apple pie. The pizza is cut into 8 equal slices, and the pie is 6 equal slices. I think, if I want 2 slices of pizza, should I ask for an 1/8 or 2/8? If I want half of an apple pie, should I ask for 2/6 or 3/6? Then I think, which tastes greater, a half of a pizza or a half of a pie? We haven't even studied fractions yet, so I don't even bother. I take 12 carrots, eating them 2 at a time. After lunch, every subject is a problem. Social studies is a geography problem. The Mississippi River is about 4,000 kilometers long. An M&M is about 1 centimeter long. I know that there are 100 centimeters in a meter and 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So I think to myself, I wonder if I could estimate how many M&Ms it would take to measure the length of the Mississippi River. And would I be able to without eating them? Can you even spell Mississippi without any M&Ms? English is a word problem. If mail plus box equals mailbox, does lipstick minus stick equal lip? Phys ed is a sports problem. In 1919, Babe Ruth hit 29 home runs, batted .322, and made $40,000. In 1991, the average Major League Baseball player hit 15 home runs, batted .275, and made $840,000. I think, was Babe Ruth less than, greater than, or equal to the average modern-day baseball player? Even art became a math problem. I thought I could relax when they finally asked me just to connect the dots in a picture. But my picture became a connect the ancient Mayan numeral picture. Then math class. Math is just a total problem. My teacher says that you can count in many ways. This kid Russell in my class counts his fingers by ones. This girl Molly counts her fingers by twos. My teacher says that she counts her fingers as 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and mentions that on the planet Tetra, kids only have 2 fingers on each hand and count 1, 2, 3, 10. She also mentions a planet named Binary, where kids only have 1 finger on each hand and then count 1, 10. I think, what are the next 5 numbers in each of the sequences? Has my teacher been to the planet Tetra? And how would a kid on Binary go bowling? It's almost time to go home, and I think I'm home free, when Rebecca remembers that her mom made some birthday cupcakes. She made 24, and there's a problem. Becca wants to give the teacher one, and there's not enough. All the kids in class are freaking out, trying to figure out what fraction of a cupcake will each of us get. But I know the answer. I raise my hand and state that I am allergic to cupcakes. This way, it'll be a win-win situation. Everyone will get a cupcake, and no one will have to do fractions. At the end of the day, I stagger out of school. I feel like a zombie, a math zombie. I have to find something to break this math curse, and I think if anything's going to work, it's going to be chocolate. My favorite candy bar is usually 50 cents, and today, it's 50% off. Ugh. I decide to buy licorice instead. I pull out my money. I have a $5 bill, a $1 bill, a quarter, and a penny. George Washington is on the quarter and the $1 bill. Abraham Lincoln is on the penny and the $5 bill. I think, is a Washington equal to 25 Lincolns? Is 5 Washingtons equal to 1 Lincoln? Is 1 Washington equal to 100 Lincolns? Or is 1 Lincoln equal to 20 Washingtons? Ah, forget it. How do you think Thomas Jefferson feels about all this? I now feel like a raving math lunatic. Will this math curse ever end? Is it going to last an entire year? 365 days times 24 hours times 60 minutes. Ugh. Dinner brings no relief. While passing the mashed potatoes, Mom says, "What your father says is false." Dad helps himself to some potatoes and says, "What your mother says is true." But this is contradictory information. Can that be true? I think about it, then I think about it some more. Then I think I need to go to bed. I undo 8 buttons plus 2 shoelaces. I subtract 2 shoes. I multiply times 2 socks and divide by 3 pillows. And get 5 sheep. Remainder 1. Which is all I need to count before I fall asleep. Then the problem really begins. I dream I'm trapped in a room with no doors or windows. The room is covered with a lifetime of problems. All I have is 1 piece of chalk. How am I going to get out? I'm about to give up when the answer comes to me. Fractions. I broke the piece of chalk in 2. Then I think, a half plus a half equals a hole. I put the hole on the wall and jump out of it. I'm free! On Wednesday, I wake up at 7:15. I figure it takes me 10 minutes to get dressed, 15 minutes to eat breakfast, and 1 minute to brush my teeth. If my bus leaves at 8 o'clock, what time will I be ready? 7:41. No problem. I have broken my math curse. I can solve any problem, and life is great. Until science class, when my teacher says you can think of almost everything as a science experiment. The ending of the story indicates that knowledge is like a maze, and we are always learning something new and turning a new corner. This book shows how math can be interpreted in everyday life. It represents that overwhelming feeling students have when they encounter something new, such as fractions. It also implies that we are in a constant cycle of learning new things.